January 6th, 1937. Mr. Parkey said, "Many visitors here tell me they get visions or thought currents from you. I am here from the last month and a half and still have not had the slightest experience of any kind. Is it because I am unworthy of your grace? And if so, I feel it disgraceful that I, being of the lineage of Vasundhara, should not have your grace, while far-off foreigners have it. Will you kindly suggest some method for removing this disgrace?" Visions and thought currents are had according to the state of mind. It depends on the individuals and not upon the universal presence. Moreover, they are immaterial, for what matters is peace of mind. Well then, it is said peace of mind is the result of trance. How is that trance to be had? The real trance is only absence of thoughts. That state prevails in sleep. Do you have enduring peace of mind on that account? Well, it is said in the journal maintained in the ashramam that trance is necessary. Trance is not something to be acquired anew. Your natural state is that of trance. But I do not feel it. The fact of your contrary belief is the impediment. Since I have not realized the self, I do not understand my permanent state of trance. This is only a repetition. That is the obstruction. And this arises because you think that the non-self is you, and that is the mistake. Do not take the non-self to be the self. Then the self will be evident to you. I understand it theoretically, but not in practice. There are not two selves for the self to speak of the non-realization of the self. Yes, but it is still theoretical to me. How shall I get the trance? Trance is only temporary in its effects. There is happiness so long as it lasts. After rising from it, the old vasanas, the latent tendencies of the mind, return. And unless the vasanas are destroyed through effortless samadhi, sahaja, there is no benefit from trance. But mustn't trance precede sahaja samadhi? Trance is the natural state. Although there are activities and phenomena, yet they do not affect the trance. If they are realized to be not apart from the self is realized. Where is the use of trance unless it brings about enduring peace of mind? Know that even now you are in trance, whatever happens. That is all. But how shall I do it? A scholar interceded and remarked, where words fail to reach, along with the mind. And the questioner said, it is also said to be realized with the mind only. And Bhagavan said, yes, the pure mind, the mind free from thoughts, is the self. The pure mind is beyond the impure mind. Seen with the subtlest of the subtle intellect, by subtle seers only, it seems, What was said of mind applies to this also. If trance is already my inherent state, why then is it said that trance must be acquired before realization? This only means that one should be aware of his eternal state of trance. Inattentiveness to it is ignorance. Inattention is death itself. Well, how can I be attentive without getting trance beforehand? Very well. If you are so anxious for trance, any narcotic will do. A drug habit will be the result, and not liberation. There are vasanas in the latent state, even in trance. The vasanas must be destroyed. Another devotee interjected, can there be self-realization before the vasanas are entirely destroyed? There are two kinds of vasanas. The first causing bondage for the ignorant, and the second giving enjoyment for the wise. This latter one does not obstruct realization. Are self-realized people, for example, Vamadeva and Bharata, reborn? The realized ones cannot be reborn. Rebirth is due to vasanas, which are binding, but these are destroyed in the state of self-realization. Are we to take it that they had gone to the stage of Kevala Nirvikalpa, but not all the way to Sahaja Nirvikalpa? Yes. If vasanas for enjoyment only do not obstruct the state of realization, and if one can look upon the events of the world without his state of bliss being distributed, it means that attachment alone is bondage. Am I right? Yes, quite. Attachment is bondage, and attachment disappears with elimination of the ego. Realization is said to be helped by Guru's grace. Yes, and Guru is none other than the Self. Krishna had Sandapipi for his Guru, and Rama had Vasishta. Guru is said to be external for the seeker. The inward turning of the mind is brought about by the Guru. Since the seeker is outward bent, he is advised to learn from a Guru, whom he will in due course find to be the Self. May I have Guru's grace? Grace is always there, but I do not feel it. Surrender will make one understand grace. I have surrendered heart and soul. I am the best judge of my heart, and yet still I do not feel grace. If you had surrendered, the questions would not have arisen. I have surrendered, and still questions arise. Grace is constant. Your judgment is the variable. Where else should the fault lie? I must be enabled to surrender myself. A great sage said, "Glory to thee for enabling me to discuss so much and follow thy words so far."